Am I the a-hole for not accepting my sister's relationship with my ex despite her having cancer as a teenager? This is OKOP, home to the craziest true stories on earth. I'm Sophia. And Riley, under what circumstances would you be okay with your brother having a relationship with your ex?
If he's like gonna die tomorrow, I'm like, all right, you got one day, pal. You can spend it with her. And then I'd be like, you'd rather spend it with her than me?
Than me, and then you would still be mad.
Yeah.
Well,
there's no winning.
Lost Papaya 9278 says, my 25 female father married my stepsister's 23 female mother when I was 4 and she was 3. So we have father and mother and their stepsisters. Sorry, I just needed to say that again. We've lived together most of our lives and are a family. She and I were extremely close.
All right, so basically sisters.
Yes. She developed cancer when she was 14 and was sick for about 2 years. She's since made a full recovery. During that time, my parents became understandably overprotective. They also asked a lot of me. I quit my extracurriculars so I could get a job. The money went towards her medical bills and so I could drive her to appointments. I didn't go to dances and any fun activities I did needed to include her. I did almost all of this willingly, the exception being having to quit my high school volleyball team. I did throw a bit of a tantrum about that, but was swiftly punished. And I think having one emotional breakdown was pretty chill given the circumstances. Anyhow, I go to college and meet my ex. We'll call him Ben. When I'm a junior. We fall in love, blah, blah, blah. He and I move in together when we graduate, so we've been living together for about 3 years. We were serious until July when I walked into my bedroom and saw him effing my sister.
Whoa.
Okay, that's not like a circumstance that you can be okay with. Yikes. I broke it off, tears were shed, he moved out, etc. My sister apologized at first, but then backed off. I thought she was giving me space, but last week she called and asked if we could meet up. She told me that she and Ben were in love and were just telling me as a courtesy before they started posting photos online. Not a sister. Distraught, I left her in the restaurant by herself and did not pay my portion of the bill. She later Venmo'd me asking for the money. You're taking her money and her man.
Oh my God.
She told my parents, who then called me to their house, telling me how disappointed in me they are for not supporting my sister's relationship with Ben. What about her relationship with Ben?
Do the parents know? I don't think they know. They know?
Okay, if she's dating Ben for 3 years and then he suddenly starts dating the sister.
3 years?
Put the pieces together. They brought up the fact that because she had cancer as a teenager, she never learned proper social etiquette and has a hard time meeting people.
No.
I don't buy this, in part because I've seen her socialize just fine, and since we spent a good chunk of the time she was sick together, that would also mean that I should have bad social skills as well, by that logic. They then told me that if I don't accept my sister and Ben's relationship, they may have to go no contact with me. I've reminded them that I'm also their daughter and they should understand my point of view, but they are adamant that this is about me being jealous of her.
Whoa, okay.
Okay, wait,
we gotta talk.
Whoa. That is insane.
This is insanity. Why are the parents taking her side?
I feel like they've become super overprotective of her.
Okay.
After, they had this whole ordeal and they let her get away with everything now. But also like, they just seem like really bad parents. Cause even like, I know it's really hard when like one of your child like sick and stuff.
Yeah.
But like you can't sacrifice your other child.
Your morals. Just because one's sick doesn't mean like their morals should be gone.
Yeah. Well, no, like even when she was sick, like it seems like they totally like, they were like to OP, they were like, you have to quit everything.
Yeah.
Like making her quit volleyball, like varsity volleyball.
That's so sad.
That's so sad.
Those are core memories.
Yeah. No, this is really sad. And then after the fact, even when she's better, they're like, she's allowed to cheat because she had cancer.
Why has Ben like this? Why is he all like...
Ben sucks.
Ben does suck. I hate this. 3 years?
3 years.
Oh.
And then she catches them cheating. And then her whole family is like, we're going to go no contact with you unless you're okay with this.
Oh, dude. I'm just imagining if my brother were to do this to me.
I literally would like never forgive. No, that's horrible.
Oh, keep going, please.
Okay.
God.
For the record, I'm not jealous of her. I'm not upset that Ben picked her over me. I'm sad about the end of the relationship and do feel betrayed, but Lord knows that I don't want to be with a cheater. What I'm upset about is the fact that my sister chose Ben over me, that she slept with Ben knowing he and I were in a long-term committed relationship and continues to be with him knowing how much it hurts me. Now, no one in my immediate family is talking to me, and I'm getting messages from my aunts and uncles and cousins telling me that I'm an a-hole and a selfish bee.
Whoa.
Your family sucks. Your family is horrible.
What?
That's wild.
Aunts and uncles?
That's wild. No one is taking your side. Everyone's against you.
They must not see the full picture. Ain't no way.
Even if they didn't, like, even if they weren't told specifically that, the sister and Ben cheated, just to look at the relationship, to be like, Ben and OP were together for 3 years, which presumably they would know.
Yeah.
And then within a week, Ben was dating OP's sister. And to be like, wow, OP, you're not allowed to have any feelings about this.
If they were twins, I'd be like, okay, maybe he got mixed up. Funny joke, Ben. But they're not.
Ben, no.
They're stepsisters.
That would be crazy. I feel like twins are usually pretty easy. There's always some way you can tell them apart. And if you're with someone for 3 years, you can't. But they're not twins, so it's moot point. Anyway, there's an edit.
Okay.
I hope this doesn't get worse. Thank you everyone so much for your comments. This has gotten more attention than I expected and I'm having trouble keeping up. So if I don't say thank you, then thank you. I've been given a lot of food for thought. TBH, while I had moments where I've been resentful or upset about my teenage years, I've always thought that I did the right thing for my sister and for my family. And that time wasn't all miserable. I was very close to my sister and we made things as fun as we could. But I didn't think of it as an abdication of my parents' responsibilities or that they were doing wrong by me, which many of you pointed out. I definitely have a lot to think about. Thank you again for making me feel less crazy about all this.
So she just thought that was her sister duty.
Yeah, she was like, I'm a sister. That's what I have to do.
Yeah.
Like she really, she stepped up and she apparently barely complained.
Yeah.
But that is not like a child's responsibility.
Oh.
Like that is 100% parents' responsibility.
That's so sad.
Do all that. Yeah, no, this is very sad. But there is an update. There's an update. There's another update.
Oh,
yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So before we really dive into our thoughts and feelings.
Everything gets better.
Update. Sometimes you can only laugh. Just got off the phone with my cousin who saw this post and said he could explain a few things. I asked him why he was on Reddit instead of school. He asked me why I was on Reddit instead of work. And I said, touche. I love that. He told me that after my conversation with my mom, she went to his house and talked to my aunt. And here's the deal. Oh, turns out my sister is not only in a relationship with Ben, but 4 months pregnant?
What?
Which means she and Ben were effing for longer than I ever guessed.
Oh.
The sister sucks.
Whoa. I think they've been together for like 6 months.
They got
have to be.
Okay, yeah, because 4 months pregnant.
Yeah.
They've got
minimum 4 months. If Ben's a shooter,
yeah.
Then 4 months.
But it's gotta be at the least 6 months.
Yikes.
So for into the 2.5 year mark of their relationship, maybe 2 to 2.5 year of their relationship, that's when he started cheating.
Oh,
I hate you, Ben. Apparently, my parents are so adamant that I forgive her because I'm already ruining their experience of their first grandchild. That's right. I'm less important than my stepmom posting ultrasounds to Facebook. This is where we're at.
Oh my god.
This sounds like an evil stepmom story, honestly. Anyhow, I call out of work sick the rest of the day and I'm going to drink a lot of alcohol, like a lot of alcohol, and then start thinking about what the F I'm going to do. And there is another update.
Oh, dude, that is horrifying. But wait. The cousin?
So one of the cousins saw OP's Reddit post and was like, hey, I got more dish.
But this does not give even more. This is worse.
No, that's worse. That makes the whole thing so much worse. And the fact that the family is just letting OP's sister get away with it is wild.
Dang. And then Ben be doing that with no rubber? That's wild. Ben's wild, dude.
Ben's crazy. Ben's cheating, which also is so, it's just just cheating is obviously horrible.
Yeah.
But just having unprotected, well, also cheating.
Wild.
You're just break up with your partner. Don't expose them to STDs. Jesus.
Yeah, dude. She already got cancer.
You one sister already had cancer. Don't give the other sister an STD. Come on. But there is an update, probably about how horrible Ben is. OP clarifies 2 things before the update. 1, I didn't have a childhood, the favoritism started when my sister was diagnosed. I moved out soon after and have been pretty independent since then. Not saying that how my parents treated me during those years was a-okay, but I wasn't Cinderella. And 2, I didn't drink myself into oblivion. I had 2 white wine spritzers, but I appreciate the concern from folks.
Nice. Okay, so...
But there's an update.
That's good to know about the favoritism because I thought it was like her whole childhood.
No,
but it just looks like
just when her sister was diagnosed.
Yeah, I want to say like maybe like 16, 17 because it looks like she moved out right after.
When she was diagnosed?
Yeah, because it's like I moved out after and I've been pretty independent. So she developed
cancer when she was 14 and OP is 2 years older. So she was 16 at the time.
Called it.
Nice job. All right, let's get into the update. I got in touch with my sister and asked her to meet up again at a park. No bill involved. Wait, I thought his name was Ben.
No, Bill, because they were at a restaurant. She didn't pay.
Oh.
She Venmo requested her.
Yeah.
Requested.
I asked her if she was pregnant and she told me the truth. She said she wanted us to still be in each other's lives and that she wanted me to be in her babies. A Redditor, and I forget who, I'm sorry, mentioned that she may ask me to be the godmother. And that person was correct.
Dang.
The audacity.
He called it. He should put money on that.
But as many of you pointed out, if I didn't cut her off, I'd just become her bank and daycare employee. So I told her I could no longer be in her life. And I left her crying on a park bench and felt like the person in the world.
That you kind of have to, though.
No, OP. Like, that's not your fault at all.
It's not your fault. And
she was horrible to you.
Yeah.
Horrible.
Because you will become her bank and daycare.
Yeah.
That's,
oh my God, there's more. I emailed my parents and told them how betrayed I felt, that I'd be cutting off contact with them. To my stepmom's credit, she apologized. Too little, too late. She explained that she never thought my sister would live to have kids and that she let her emotion over that get the better of her. Understandable. My dad said nothing, which is honestly what sucked the worst about all of this. Ben tried messaging me from a burner account for the first time since the breakup, but I blocked him without reading it. I didn't go nuclear and post the story to Facebook as some suggested, but I sent an email to the extended family members who I care about. I explained the situation and how I'd be distancing myself from my family. Some have made it an us versus them situation, and as much as I appreciate the support, feeling like I'm in some valiant battle just makes me more tired. So I haven't been talking too much to anyone in my family. I feel lonely and crappy, but I think I made the right decision. Anyhow, not the most exciting update in the world, but hopefully everyone knows that I'm not dead. I do really appreciate the support I've gotten. It made me smile during a really time. And hey, if anyone in the greater Boston area wants an extra guest at Thanksgiving, let me know.
In Boston.
Boston. I love Boston. That's a separate thing. Wow. OP seems like so nice. And I feel so bad for them because they're like, I feel horrible about treating my sister. When like her sister showed that she did not give a hoot. A flying hoot about OP, which is wild. But there is another update.
Careless. I hate that. Like everyone in her family, like
was sided against
the sister,
her.
The mom and the dad. The fact that the dad said nothing.
The dad said nothing.
That's
drives
your biological
me wild.
Father.
Yeah, and like doesn't stick up for you at all. Come on.
That's so sad.
No, it's like, oh my God. But like, honestly, even just the stepmom has been in her life since she was like 4 years old. And to just completely be like, we're going no contact, just to have that as a threat.
As an option,
Come on. There's one more. Maybe there's more updates. There's two more updates.
Three.
3 more updates.
4.
What? Okay, we're getting through this. Number 1, I'm spending Thanksgiving with a friend and her family, so I won't be alone. Thanks to everyone who offered to host me. It was so sweet.
Aww.
That's good. Number 2, I'm still not in touch with my family, but I know that Ben and my sister are having problems. I know this because he showed up at my place and cried for 3 hours.
Oh.
You suck, Ben. Number 3, I'm going to go to New Mexico in April. Planning is underway. Happy Thanksgiving to those who celebrate. And there is a longer update, but Ben is the worst. I was wondering if he would like come crawling back to her.
Yeah.
Because he like, I feel like if you cheat, you're going to keep cheating.
So like, wait, he went back and cried for 3 hours?
Yeah, he went back to OP and cried to her about his problems with her sister that he cheated on her with.
Why would she sit there and listen to that?
I don't know.
Or did they? I thought it was like they lived together.
No.
And she heard him in the other room crying for 3 hours.
No, I think he just like showed up at her door crying. Wild. The audacity. This is just a story about audacity. Okay, so the update continues. Ben and the stepsister are now expecting a baby within the next 6 weeks. Since I found out about the pregnancy, he's tried to get in touch with me 6 times through email, text, burner accounts, has tried to get mutual friends to talk to me for him, and showed up to my place once. The latter was the only time I humored him. He told me he was sorry, he loves me, he doesn't want to be with my stepsister, and wants to get back together with me. I told him tough titties.
Whoa.
Hell yeah. He made his bed and now he's got to lay in it with her. I feel like, yeah, really quick, I feel like he got the stepsister pregnant and now he's like, oh my God, I'm not ready to be the father. I got to go back to this other relationship. That's my interpretation. I haven't dated much since July because of my life's implosion, but in November, a friend from college messaged me out of the blue. We hadn't talked in a long time. He, 27 male, referred to as X2 for the rest of the post, and X1 were good friends, but had a falling out over something fantasy football related the year after we graduated, and I stopped talking to him out of solidarity or whatever. Anyhow, we go on a date. We click, we go on a few more dates, we become exclusive in early December. I was feeling really hopeful about this until this morning.
Ooh.
I was supposed to meet X2 at a New Year's party last night. He got there before I left the house and texted me saying that X1 was at the party and asked whether I still wanted to come. I declined and went to another friend's house and had a pretty good time. I tried calling X2 at midnight, but he didn't pick up. I didn't think much about it. Anyhow, I go to bed late, and when I wake up this morning, I have a message from X2 saying we're done.
Ooh.
I couldn't even respond because he'd blocked me everywhere. I talked to a friend who was at the party the exes were at last night, and he said the two of them had spent a good chunk of time chatting with each other, but he didn't know what they were talking about. I'm not close with anyone else who was at the party, so I don't really have anyone else to ask. Like, okay, it was a 2-month-old relationship. I'm sad, but I'm not bereft. But the paranoid part of my mind is really concerned that X1 said something that resulted in X2 becoming X2. X2 has made it abundantly apparent that he doesn't want to talk to me again, and I don't want to push that boundary, but I'm so confused. I could contact X1, but I get the feeling that will open a floodgate of drama. I could also try talking to other mutual friends to see if they've heard about anything, but I also don't really want to spread this as a rumor if it wasn't true. I don't know. I'm at a loss. Any advice here? I'm spiraling thinking that my ex is going to try to ruin every relationship I have for the rest of my life.
Okay.
Oh my God.
What do you think he said?
I think he was like, she was so jealous when like I broke up with her. And she was crazy and she like ruined her relationship with like her family. I think he said like something along those lines. But like, oh my God, she can't catch a break.
Yeah, she really can't.
The fact that this story is going in a new, like there's more, like a completely different part of the story. Like this is book 2. We just read book 1 and now we're on to the sequel.
The sequel. I thought that X2 was with her sister.
No.
At the party. That's what I was like hoping what was going to happen.
No,
Not hoping,
because
but
I feel like he heard something. Like X1 told him something.
But like, what could he have said?
I don't know.
And why would X2 like
not even talk to?
Just block her like that?
Like that's crazy.
But they were good friends in the past.
But also, it's kind of wild to if X1 did tell X2 something. And X2 believed it. It's kind of wild to believe it after, breaking up a friendship over fantasy football.
Yeah.
Like they don't have a good relationship if that like sent them over the edge.
And then also another thing, their relationship, that X2 went to a different party than OP.
That's also weird. I was thinking that like she was like, hey, like I'm not really comfortable going to that party. And he wasn't like, let's go to another one. Let's do something together.
Yeah. Let me follow you to the other party.
Yeah. Like obviously get permission from like maybe the friend didn't say, invite other people, but they could have worked something out. There is another update. This story keeps going. My last 2 partners have cheated on me. Wait, what? Is this just summarizing? What? The first was a very serious relationship. We lived together. We talked about marriage and buying a house. He even took 2 pictures of us as kids and photoshopped them together to show what our kids might look like one day. The result was terrifying, but hilarious. I had it as the background on my phone for a month. I thought he was going to say, he even took 2 pictures of me. And then a few months ago, another guy came into my life, and for the first time in ages, I felt hopeful. I thought to myself that maybe I could actually move on and live my life. I wasn't in love with him, but he was the kind of man I thought I could fall in love with. We were exclusive for about a month. Before we made the decision to be exclusive, I told him everything that had happened with my first ex and told him that I could never be with another cheater. I wake up on New Year's Day to a text saying, we're done. When I tried getting in touch, I found out he blocked me everywhere.
Okay, real quick.
Yes.
OP did tell the guy she was with, X2, everything.
Yeah.
Okay, that's interesting.
And so he knows, presumably. He knows. Or maybe he was, he told him everything. Turns out he met someone at a New Year's party and he hooked up with her. Instead of telling me, he just blocked me everywhere and sent a lackey? And sent a lackey to message me a few weeks later with the real story and a half-assed apology.
Oh, it was a sister.
I want to be angry, and maybe a part of me is, but as I'm sitting here, I'm just thinking, what if it's me? What if I'm just not lovable? What if it's never gonna happen for me?
No.
You deserve so much better, OP.
There was a circle of people, and you've been around that circle of people that knew each other from long ago.
You just need to go. Yeah, you need to find someone who does not know your first ex. You need to.
He's a cancer.
Metaphorically. Do we have another word for that? He is a plague.
He's a plague. He is a disease. He spreads disease.
No.
This is horrible.
He's horrible.
Yeah. Everyone he touches gets horrible.
There we go.
Yeah.
The thing is, I've been a pretty confident person. I went through BS as a kid, but I got through it and grew stronger. I'm pretty good looking, though I've admittedly put on a little weight in the past couple weeks. I've been told that I'm fun, I hold down a good job and make decent money. I also live my life according to my values. I've always put my family and my partner first because that's just how I believe it should be done. And I thought that I would be prioritized in return. I've lost most of my family because they'd rather have my stepsister's baby in their life than me. My friends have been fair weather for the most part, and I know that I'm a laughingstock in my friend group, as much as they pretend to pity me to my face. I feel the little spark I've always had fading. I don't chime in on conversations anymore. I've stopped putting on cute clothes when I go out. I don't plan anything, so I don't have anything to be disappointed about. Soon I'll be the same age as my mom when she died.
Oh.
I never knew her, but I've always loved her, thinking of her watching over me. I don't remember the funeral, but it was one of those funerals when there wasn't a dry eye in the house. She lit up a room, people tell me. She was a good woman. In my worst moments, I wonder what it would be like if I died right now. This is so sad.
Oh my gosh.
Would anyone cry? Would anyone care? Would anyone even come? Anyhow, sorry for writing a novella, just not sure what to do anymore and who to talk to. If you read all this, thank you. There's another update.
I just found another update because she said she made decent money.
I swear to God, if this doesn't get happier, I'm gonna be sad all day.
All day? We got a big day ahead of us.
I know. I'm gonna be sad all day. I don't even have anything to say about that. I don't have any thoughts because that's just so sad. You don't deserve this.
You don't. Find new friends.
Find a new circle. I'm gonna go to the update because I really want something good to happen. Hey folks, I thought that things on the internet died after a couple days, so color me surprised when I'm still getting requests for updates on the regular. Long story short, I don't have much to update. I didn't end up going to New Mexico because I conveniently got COVID the week before I was supposed to go.
Oh, no.
The baby was had, but I have had no contact with the baby or their parents. I've done a pretty good job of insulating myself from news about them / the rest of my family. My life is pretty much the same as it was. So sorry to the folks who are hoping I've had some kind of happy ending to slap onto all of this. Things are improving just because time barrels on and you can grow numb to most anything given enough time and distance. But I have had no grand revelations, have not met the love of my life, nor had elaborate revenge on those who have wronged me. I'm going to Europe for the first time in October though, so that's exciting.
Good.
That is exciting.
Get out of this country.
Leave the country, go on a trip, stay for a year. I will say this, while I appreciate the solidarity and sometimes colorful language to describe my sister and Ben in my DMs, I wholeheartedly ask everyone reading this not to waste their energy on hating them. They're now parents to a newborn, and regardless of the things they've done in the past, I hope that they can come together as a happy family and raise their child in a loving, healthy home. Hating them doesn't do anything for anyone, including ourselves in the long run.
Why is she so nice?
Stop! You're so nice. You're so nice, OP. Anyhow, that's the non-update update. I promise that if I meet the love of my life at the top of the Eiffel Tower or more likely stuffing my face with waffles in Bruges, I had waffles in Bruges. They were delicious. I will post another update. Until then, you can assume that I am living, trying my best, and I'm very appreciative of all the people out there in the world who have read this saga and reached out with the support, even if I have not had the energy to respond to everyone. Update in the comments. Hi, just wanted to give a more recent, less depressing update. I'm currently in my hotel room in Paris, eating a creme brulee in bed, reading a romance novel, and about to go to sleep early. All is well.
Aww.
And there's another update, but I'm really glad that there's a little bit of happy news.
That's good.
Eating a creme brulee in bed, reading a romance novel, that's life.
In Paris?
In Paris? I hope there's like a view of the Eiffel Tower.
I hope so too. She needs that. She just needed to get out of the country.
Yeah. Leave everything behind. Find yourself.
But I scoured the internet.
You scoured.
And I found a new update.
I like this OP because she gives us everything that we want. This is presumably it says 5 months, so I'm assuming 5 months later.
Ago. 5 months ago today.
5 months ago today. Hello. So it's been a minute, but I still get messages from folks asking how I've been, and I'm up too early and a little bit bored, so I thought I'd give you the answer. I'm good.
Yay!
Woo! I was rooting for you. Made a lot of really positive changes in my life, and I am in a much better place physically and mentally than I was last year. To answer some specific questions. No, I'm not in contact with my family. The last straw was in spring 2022. My dad emailed me to ask if we could get lunch and talk. Me, having always harbored the secret and foolish hope that we'd reconcile and go back to normal, agreed. I arrived at the restaurant and waited 2 hours. When my server gave me a free dessert on the house with a pitying look, I called it and went home. Later, I got an email from my stepmom, which I'm sure was full of excuses, but I didn't read it.
Dang.
Her dad stood her up? Her dad?
That's horrible.
Your family sucks. I'm glad that you're I'm not glad that you're no contact with them, but I'm like, it is a good decision to be no contact with these. Like,
dad.
They suck. Your dad sucks. Ah! I'm so angry. This is a roller coaster of emotions. I was like really sad and I'm furious. But the real positive outcome of that was that made me realize that I needed to move far away and not come back, which I did. I'd always been really scared to move away from my family, but since I don't have one anymore, I ended up somewhat spontaneously moving halfway across the country.
Yay.
The spontaneous move was stressful and expensive, but I can now say that moving was one of the best decisions of my life. I ended up reconnecting with an old friend and falling in with her friend group, who are the loveliest people. I have never felt safer or more supported, and I feel so lucky to have them in my life. And it's less humid here. That's a big win.
She's on the West Coast.
One of her friends is a counselor who helped me find a therapist that I really click with. And it took a few tries and a therapist who didn't immediately want to do CBT with me. What is CBT? I know it, but I don't know
I think it's weed.
Oh, I
could be wrong. I feel the comments right now.
That's CBD.
I feel the comments right now
saying CBD.
Being like, Riley, you're such an effing idiot. I hate you.
No. Don't be mean.
Cognitive behavioral therapy.
Got you. Okay.
It's like, I thought it was the one where they showed you images.
Like, what does this look like? A cheating boyfriend.
Here we go.
What are you looking at?
A graph.
A graph. Why was that like a Christopher Walken impression? A graph. I can't do a Christopher Walken.
I don't even know who that is.
The guy, he's like, I'm Christopher Walken.
Oh, yeah. Never mind. I know that guy.
My really bad impression helps you get there. I didn't see it, but it doesn't matter.
I like graphs. Who
didn't immediately want to do CBT with me, which just isn't my thing, but I found someone I really connect with. I'm now doing IFS therapy.
Wait.
Therapy terms.
These acronyms. We can't say anything because we're also an acronym.
Yeah, we do.
The goal of IFS therapy is to help people identify and accept the different parts of themselves and heal the parts that are wounded.
Oh, what does IFS stand for though?
Internal family systems.
Interesting.
Wait, we need a graph.
Here's a graph. Can't go anywhere without a graph.
Sorry guys, I don't have the graphs for you, but just like look up the graphs.
Just look up the graphs. Internal family systems therapy.
If you're in your car, pull over right now and
look at it. Look it up.
Pull up a graph.
or don't. Be
spontaneous. Pull over.
No pressure. Okay. Anyway, I'm now doing IFS therapy, and it has really changed my relationship with myself and helped me realize all of the hurt and pain I've been holding on to and start to heal. So y'all were right, and I needed to go to therapy.
Good for her.
Yes, that is good. Give yourselves a pat on the back for that one. I also got diagnosed with depression, and I'm taking medicine for that. It was a bit hard to stomach as someone who always saw her value as being the happy person who takes care of everyone all the time. But it turns out that sometimes when your needs aren't met as a kid, you end up becoming the happy person who takes care of everyone all the time. That if you show the slightest bit of unhappiness, you won't be loved anymore, and that's effed up.
Aww.
It is. That's why a lot of comedians are very sad. Like they're very funny. Like Robin Williams is like amazing, person, but obviously had like a very sad or was dealing with a lot of sadness. That's just a side note.
Wow. I wanted to be a comedian.
You do have a lot of sadness.
I guess I do. Recently.
Recently, you have a lot of sadness.
I do have a lot of sadness recently.
Anyway. Oh, I also met a guy.
Another one.
A better one, I hope.
Third time's the charm.
Third time. Yeah, that's what they say. They said 3 times and then you get there. And I know you're all saying, papaya, no. Oh, I think that's the username.
Yeah.
Papaya, no. Your decision making around men cannot be trusted. But I assure you that he's different. Instead of rolling his eyes when I'm feeling off, he'll either just quietly lay on the couch with me or go for a walk. He'll say really dirty things to me in his spot-on Kermit the Frog voice until I'm laughing so hard I can't focus on anything else. And bonus, he's far too busy painting D&D minis to find the time to cheat on me. So I'm not even worried about that. I did have to invest in a somewhat elaborate Renaissance fair costume, which is not something I had imagined for myself, but I'm having a great time. I'm going to marry this dude someday.
That is adorable.
I love this. This is what I want. I want someone to paint D&D minis and play D&D with me. That's my dream. And go to Renaissance. I've never been to a Renaissance fair.
You've never been LARPing?
No. Okay, well we'll get into that.
I have a friend back home you should meet then.
Okay. We'll talk about it after this.
He's like 6.
He's 6 years old? As for Ben and my sister, as far as I know, they're still together. Every so often she tries to get in touch with some manner of burner account, but I ignore all of it. I'm still bummed that I'm not going to be part of my nibbling's life, and I do honestly still really miss my family. Oh, nibbling as in the...
Nemesis sibling.
No, sibling child. It's like the gender neutral version of niece and nephew.
Nibbling? Someone comment the correct term for this. That doesn't sound like you're
nibbling.
biting a sibling.
Yeah, but that is the term that is the current thing. And I do honestly still really miss my family, but I know this is right for me. Sorry, I don't have any salacious info on them, since I know you're all really here to hear about their karmic downfall or whatever. But on my end, things are good. Better than they were before I found out I was being cheated on. My current life is built on real contentment, not fear disguised as shallow happiness. It's not perfect, and I have a lot of problems that I'm working through, but I'm proud of myself, and I think my mom would be too.
Oh.
So that's the update. I think it's going to be the last one. Thanks, Reddit, for supporting me and making me smile through some of the worst, weirdest points in my life. May you too be blessed with internet strangers who cheer you on and offer to sabotage the lives of people who do you wrong. Yay!
That's so beautiful.
Oh my God. We had to get through. How many words was that?
A lot.
That was 3,300.
No, more.
More? Oh, because you added stuff.
4,300.
4,300 words to get to a happy ending. And I'm glad we stuck it.
Me too.
Because, yeah.
Oh my gosh. The amount of ups and downs. I really hope she's doing all right.
I hope so. It seems like she is, but I hope she is.
And I think because earlier she was like, why is this always happening to me? I'm a bad person. The fact that she's in this place now where she still knows she has problems and things to deal with, but she's proud of herself.
Yeah.
That is a amazing place to be at.
Yeah. Like I'm in therapy, I'm feeling better, and I've got work to do. Chef's kiss.
Wow. Full circle. And the fact that she holds really no resentment towards her family. She knows that they did her wrong, but she's like, you know what? I'm not going to burn their house down.
Literally high road.
Wow.
Took the high road.
And went across the country. Dude, going across the country really does something to a person. Really does.
You came across the country and you're like, I've got a whole new life.
I really do. Me.
No, I mean, I think it does change.
3 months ago is very different from me now.
I think also when you have a completely different group of friends, because your friends, there's this whole thing about your friends
Show me your 5 friends and I'll
Yes.
show you who you are.
Yeah. Your 5 friends like establish who you are as a person. And I think that's super true. Because I think I am different around different groups of friends.
What if we're each other's 5 friends?
I think you have to be. I see you every day now.
That is true.
I think you're like one of the people I see the most now.
Same.
Yeah.
We influence each other.
Yeah.
Huh. I'll have to think about that.
Okay.
You know what I want to think on even more though?
This next story?
Yeah.
Woo! I hope, okay, also for you guys out there who have been complaining about the amount that we yap, I hope we yapped less.
Yeah, let us yap.
Yep. Today I effed up by marrying a sociopath who faked having cancer and then I divorced them. This is OKOP, home of the craziest true stories on earth. Riley.
You know, I usually say something wild after these things.
That was already pretty wild.
I don't even know what to say.
I don't know what to say either. That's wild.
This is crazy. Yeah, I feel like I'd get canceled even if I tried to joke about it.
Yeah, no, I think we just read the story.
Yeah, please.
Okay, so discard after using TA says, like most today I effed up, this story actually happened in the past, and I'm on a throwaway account to protect my anonymity. About 6 years ago, I was dating a girl who I had to go to school with and reconnected with at a bar one night after blacking out from alcohol and marijuana. This started any true love story.
Facts. That's how
So funny.
my parents got together, low key.
Blacking out from alcohol and marijuana?
They didn't really tell me the full story, but
They don't remember the full story. Anyway, in our quest to escape reality, we really hit it off and started drinking and smoking pot pretty much every day and eventually got into the occasional harder drugs. This didn't seem like a problem at the time, though we were both in the throes of substance dependency. It was easily ignored as socially acceptable. Fast forward a few years and everything seemed great. I had a great job. We had just moved into a nice apartment and we were deeply in love. She was my best friend and I saw us getting married and having a family together one day.
aw.
However, in the winter of a few years ago, she gave me the devastating news that the cancer from her childhood had returned. It was heartbreaking to hear, and I did everything I could to comfort her. I told her how I would take care of her and love her no matter what, and that we were going to beat it. I offered to go to her doctor's appointments, give her rides, buy whatever she needed, and do what any good partner would do, but things seemed off from the get-go. While she was always getting sick from chemo, and anytime I tried to take off work to go to a doctor's appointment, the appointment would get changed at the last minute, or something else would pop up, like a UTI or injury that would require going to the ER. I can't tell you how many days I spent with her waiting in ERs or taking her to doctor's appointments at various hospitals. I even picked her up at Dana-Farber Cancer Institute. I even picked her up at Dana-Farber Cancer Institute about 10 times after supposed doctor's appointments. What was she doing? What was she doing? If she wasn't?
Because
she's on cancer. We already know this. What was she doing?
wait, but like she's actually at the hospital.
She's going to the hospital, but like for fun? Like she's going to get lunch or something? Oh, the odd part was whenever I was able to be there, doctors would always ask me to leave the room before speaking with her, which I didn't see odd at the time. That gave her the cover she needed to keep the ruse going. I figured most of her sickness that popped up were related to the chemo.
Wait.
What?
Wait.
What?
But I see you in the comments.
But
if you see what's going on.
I mean, I see in general. What do you mean?
He said the doctors would ask him to leave, and that gave her the cover she needed to keep the ruse going.
Yeah.
She's effing the doctors.
What?
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
No.
Conspiracy
That's
theory.
a conspiracy theory.
That's what's happening.
No.
Why would the doctors?
'cause-
Okay.
Have you never been to a doctor's appointment with
Yes.
like a family member?
And I
they tell
understand
you
that
to
you
leave?
also have to leave the room. But
Yeah.
if she doesn't have cancer, what are they talking about?
No,
They're not talking.
No, but she's probably like going for like into the doctors and being like, hey, I have this like issue, blah, 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 blah. I just like bringing up random issues and has told them prior that like she prefers to, talk about it in privacy.
I just said it's conspiracy theory, but I think that might be what's
Okay.
going on.
Okay, let's find out. I figured most of her sicknesses that popped up were related to the chemo. After all, she was losing lots of weight, was very sickly, and throwing up daily. Is she pregnant? No, she wouldn't be losing weight.
Wait.
Would she? No.
Dang, she actually. Oh, wow.
No. She wouldn't be losing weight if she was pregnant, right?
Or it's just an elaborate scheme.
Oh my God. She also was able to answer most of my questions related to her treatment. Being an idiot, and because I wanted her to know that I was in it for the long haul, I eventually proposed to her.
Ooh.
And that fall, we had an amazing wedding. Over 100 of our closest friends and family, a beautiful fall day, and one of the happiest days of my life. Her uncle, a lawyer, officiated for us, and I was happy to call her my wife.
Aw.
The odd part was I never signed the forms to get the marriage certificate because she was taking care of it. And her uncle, who married us and was supposedly helping to expedite it. But a few weeks late, the marriage certificate never arrived. I asked about it and it was always in the mail. I found that odd, but bought the lie hook, line, and sinker for the next few months. All the while, her illness would get better, then worse, then get better. At this point, I was paying for everything, and she was down to working part-time, according to her. I even gave her money to pay off her supposed medical bills. But then one day, I saw her drinking while supposedly on chemotherapy medication, and I realized something was seriously wrong. I decided I had to confront her, and I needed to hear about her illness from a doctor's mouth without her filtering it, because anytime I brought up the doctors, she would get mad at me for being so incessant. In trying to get that appointment, she was able to delay the inevitable for a few more months until I physically took her to the hospital and stood there as she asked to speak with her doctor. Shortly after, a doctor brought us to her room where she came clean about not having cancer and proceeded to have a mental breakdown and was institutionalized.
Whoa. Oh, boy.
I'll never forget how it felt sitting in the room as the lies of the past few years crumbled before me. It was the most pain I ever felt in my life and was like the past few years of my life were a complete lie. I should have ended it there, but stupidly, I didn't. I decided to try to help her still through her actual illness, which had components of schizophrenia and bulimia. I was wondering because she was throwing up, so that does add up.
She wasn't effing the doctor.
No, I didn't think she was. Because it makes sense that she was actually like ill in another. Yeah.
He would have got weird vibes from the doctor too.
Yeah. If I had to guess, I'd say it also had a component of being a sociopath, but I'm no psychologist. Anyway, she got out of the hospital after a few days and then went into an inpatient treatment, then outpatient, and then back and forth a few times over the next few months. Anyone that has ever dealt with bulimia knows it's a very hard to treat disease, and I had shrugged off all her abuse and lies as being related to the bulimia. Eventually, when she was stable, we started planning to move to New Hampshire because her new job was in New Hampshire. Being the fool I was, I found a new job myself in New Hampshire. My first day, I was let out early, and when I got home, I found her drunk on the couch and surprised as ever to see me seeing her. Even with empty bottles around, she denied any responsibility and started getting mad at me. It was at that moment I knew there was nothing I could do. I finally kicked her out and started looking into divorce. Problem was, I never got my marriage certificate. She eventually told me that the paperwork was never done and our marriage wasn't legal. Not believing her at this point, I literally ran a background check on myself to be sure. She was actually telling the truth, which is odd because her uncle, the lawyer, married us. Thankfully, it was the easiest divorce in history. Though I was a fool, I don't regret trying to be a good boyfriend and husband. I haven't seen her since the day I kicked her out, but I hope she eventually got the help she needed fighting her demons. I'm glad I was able to get help fighting mine, as the experience really messed me up for some time. I'm happy to say my life is so much better now. I'm in a loving relationship with someone who is trustworthy, and I haven't touched any drugs in over a year.
Nice.
I wish I didn't go through what I did, but I'm glad I made it out the other side. Frankly, I wouldn't believe this story if it didn't happen to me, but that's okay. I feel like I made it through hell and back, and it made me much stronger and wiser. She was never held responsible for her abuse and theft, but I will leave that up to the universe to work out. I'm just grateful to be free. My only relationship advice is that it is okay to trust, but don't be a blind fool and deny reality, especially when faced with overwhelming evidence.
Wow.
Boy, oh boy. These stories are wild. These
This
were
is
wild
crazy.
stories.
What do you think she was a sociopath?
I don't want to speculate because they already
Yeah.
diagnosed her, and I'm definitely not a psychologist. But regardless, I think she had issues that she needed help with. And yeah, I don't think that OP had the bandwidth to be able to take those on. Especially after finding out that your whole marriage is a lie.
I mean, people say oh, I am a sociopath, but they're joking.
Yeah.
What is lack of empathy for others, impulsive behavior, attempting to control others, threats and aggression, using intelligence, charm, or charismatic to manipulate others, not learning from mistakes or punishment, lying for personal gain, and showing tendency towards physical violence and fights.
Which is also called ASPD. Well, that's the whole story.
Yikes.
Wow. I'm glad that I'm glad that OP found someone else. I think he said that he found someone else.
He did?
Yeah, I think he said like I'm in a new relationship, which is great.
Oh, good for him.
Yeah. Because that relationship is a lot.
That is a lot. And like he did the best that he could. Do you think he could have left earlier? Should he have left earlier?
Yes.
When would you have left?
I think when I found like I think he's such a good guy because I think if I found out that my like partner was lying about cancer, I'd be like, which like I also understand that like she truly like had some, mental issues going on, but
yeah.
like diagnosed things. But I don't know if I'd be like, wow, I'm going to keep paying for all this stuff. Like like good on him. Honestly, like that's a lot to go through.
That is a lot to
and
go
still
through.
be like, I'm willing to help you. Like, geez, these people in these two stories are so like self-sacrificing.
They are. They really are.
Yeah, these people are nice people. Jeez.
Yeah. You know what is nice though?
What?
This next story you're going to read.
Oh, am I the a-hole for being jealous of my brother with cancer?
If he's getting more attention, then yeah. Would you be jealous if Sam had cancer?
No.
Would Sam be jealous if you had cancer?
No, I don't think so. I think Sam would be very, very supportive.
Neither of them are attention whores. Good for him.
Electrical Shock 412 says, I, female 18, have a brother, M26, who has terminal cancer. So almost Sam and I. A little bit older than. Ever since he got sick, my family has given me less attention, which is understandable.
There it is.
Yikes. But now it feels like it's to the point where they don't care about me as much anymore. We have a family group chat. On my birthday, everybody asked how he was doing instead of wishing me happy birthday. My parents watch movies with him and spend time with him and never invite me.
Wait, okay, about the birthday thing.
Yes.
I know that sucks, but like, was it the week before he got diagnosed with cancer and then it was your birthday? Or was it like
No.
3 months? And then, like, I just want to know the timing of the birthday thing.
I guess so. Yeah, I think it does depend. But from what it sounds like it wasn't.
Yeah, you should still be said happy birthday
Come on, say
too.
happy birthday.
Yeah. I was just like, was it the day before?
A few days ago, I got frustrated by the fact that I'm feeling so left out and ignored that I told my mom about it. I told her that I was feeling like a glass child. She called me disgusting and couldn't believe that I was jealous of my brother with cancer. So am I the a-hole?
Glass child.
I don't know exactly. I'm like contextually,
See-through?
I think I know what that means. Oh,
Are they a see-through child?
that's so good. Yeah, I think that's what she means.
Transparent.
Yeah, like no one sees me.
Glass child, a person with a disability. Wait, what? Oh, glass children or siblings of a person with a disability.
The word glass means people tend to see right through them and focus only on the person with the disability.
Word.
Yeah, like
Wow.
again, before there is an edit, but again, I think as a parent, I mean, I could never understand, but from a sympathy way, I understand wanting to be there for your child who's sick and being like wanting to spend as much time as you can with them, but you cannot forget that you have another child.
Yeah.
Like you are a parent to two children. And like I understand being a little bit less there for them, but like you got to make an effort.
Yeah. Yeah.
To not even include her in like movie nights, like at least include her.
Movie nights are the most inclusive thing ever.
Yeah, like you don't even like come on.
Like Christian and I had a movie night last night
Yeah.
as you and Sam were watching movies with other people and didn't include me.
I'm so sorry. You're right.
But instead, I found Christian and me and Christian watched a movie together.
Yeah, you guys had your own movie night. For clarification, I'm not jealous that my brother has cancer. To be honest, I'm not jealous at all. I simply use that word because it's the word my mom used to describe me.
Okay.
I spend time with my brother. We recently went on an overseas trip, just the two of us together. What I'm upset about is that my family doesn't put much of an effort to check in on me or spend time with me. I understand that he has a limited time left and that they want to continue to spend time with him before he's gone, but still, don't I deserve love too? You do.
You do. And
You
like
do.
she's 18. This is like a big stage in people's life.
That's such a good point because I wasn't even thinking about it from like her age. Like she's about or in college.
She's going to be moving out of her house soon.
Just because it depends, like, is she in college right now? Is she graduate? We don't know. She's either in her senior year of high school or she's in her freshman year of college. And either way, those are both huge years.
April 20th of 2023. So she was
Either
I want to say senior year of college.
a senior high school.
About to graduate.
Senior high school. Yeah.
Sorry.
Yeah.
school.
Like, so regardless, huge year. You need your family support and to
Yeah.
like not even, again, like I understand wanting to be there for your son, but like to not even include the daughter and stuff. There is an update. First off, I would like to thank everyone for reaching out. I truly appreciate all the links to support groups and such. I have a long page in my notes app where I saved all the links, lol. Also, all the happy birthday wishes were so kind. Thank you.
Aw.
As an additional update to my situation, yesterday my dad reached out to have dinner with me. We went out to eat at a restaurant. The first thing he started talking about was my brother. He didn't ask me how I was doing or what my current interests were or anything, just reminding me that he was going to die, as in he, the brother. I got really upset and left for a little while because once again, I felt like I didn't matter to my family. Later that day, I called my mom and explained to her how I was feeling. She told me that she understood and was sorry that I was feeling that way. She said she would try to include me more, so hopefully things will change and I won't feel so neglected in the future. I'm glad that she talked to her mom about it.
Yeah.
The fact that the dad brought it up.
But like from the parents' point of view, you were bearing your child where your child should be bearing you.
No, like again, totally understand the feelings of like being so overwhelmed with this like fear and sadness and stuff about, like possibly losing your child. But like, I think that, I don't know. That's really tricky.
Yeah. What would you guys do?
That's really tricky. Because I do understand
situation?
wanting to talk about it all the time and being like, it's so on my mind,
Yeah.
But yeah, because I lost a family member through cancer, and that was like something that was always like during that period, that was always the topic of conversation. And so like, I do understand feeling the need to talk about it because it's something that makes you sad and it's something that you're worrying about. But I think unfortunately it's different when you have kids. You have to set a little bit of time aside for that other child. Yeah.
That is just like checking in on them. Oh, yeah. Also, I saw something where like, which it's changed though. It's changed.
Yeah.
Used to dads or parents didn't spend a lot of time with kids, but I saw a new study recently that was like millennials are spending even more times with their kids because their dads didn't spend time with them.
Oh, my dad spends a lot of time with me, which I feel very lucky for.
How many minutes a day should you spend time with your kid till they turn 18? Because once they turn 18, they move out and stuff. But like how many minutes a day?
I don't know because my mom worked from home when I was a kid. So like I was always seeing her when I was after school. And then I saw my dad after like 7 o'clock or something.
Okay. But like intentional time, how much?
Intentional time, at least an hour.
At least an hour?
At least an hour every day. Yeah.
I would say like 15 minutes a day, but like on the weekends, like do an activity or like having an activity a week, but like be like for 15 minutes. Hey, how are you doing? How was your day?
Because I'm thinking of it as like seeing your family, but I guess like intentional time, actually hanging out on the weekends. Yes, way more time, but maybe during the day, just like having, I always had dinner with my family. So that was at least like 30 minutes. Well, not always, but
you
usually.
Mean like being around them, like being in the same space an hour a day?
At least an hour a day around them. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Obviously not accounting for, going on business trips and etc.
Yeah.
I'm glad this had a happy end.
This had a really happy ending.
Nothing else happened after this.
Nothing else happened. Hey, I really want to tell them now.
No.
TLDR.
Well, if you want, there is another update, guys.
There is another update.
It's so depressing.
It really is.
Unfortunately, I think the brother passes away.
And then she gets kicked out of college for academic failures.
Yeah.
Let's just pretend that didn't happen.
Let's pretend it didn't happen. Everything was happy and everyone was good.
Yeah.
But my heart goes out to OP and her family, because that is a really tough thing to go through.
Yeah. But you love us.
No, wait, I feel like we have to end on a happier note. I'm going to show you a picture of my dog.
Yeah. How's your dog doing?
Someone was like, can we have pictures of like dogs? Someone said that.
Wait, who said that?
Someone was like, can we please have pictures of dogs after like, of your guys' dogs after you give like a sad story?
Oh, that's actually pretty smart.
I know. I really liked that comment, whoever said that. So it's okay. Here, we'll go back. My dog.
Oh, yeah. That's so cute.
Okay.
That is so cute. I have one of my friend's dog and me.
Let me get another cute picture.
It's Lunar. Me and Luna. That is adorable. I love that.
Wait, here's a picture of her with a bow tie. Okay, those are our happy.
Podcast listeners, just go to YouTube and look at the last like 2 minutes of this episode.
Yeah. Sorry guys. Okay, we were showing pictures of our dogs.
She has a border collie. My friend has a pit bull.
There you go.
But if you love us, make sure to subscribe.
We love you and see you tomorrow.